Welcome to TruPowur, home of the most powerful marketing tools, training, and technology on planet Earth. Get ready to earn, enjoy, and experience more than you ever dreamed was possible. If you're tired of just getting by and ready to really thrive, then buckle in and listen up. Here's your host, Matt Fox.
Happy New Year to everybody. Glad that you make the call. Sorry about the mute button, but we're going to cover some really exciting things on the call here. So hopefully we didn't lose too much time. As you can tell from my voice, I'm suffering from some congestion in my lungs. And so we'll try and make this as painless as possible and provide some of the information that we need to move forward with. So without further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen. We are always making updates and changes within the platform. And sometimes those notifications, can be brought to your attention by email or a video or something like that, or during one of our training exercises as we have right now. So one of the things that I want to point out to you is this area down here. You may find past training information there, messages that need to be alerted to. So check down here every once in a while just to see what's been added to the system. Then it'll let you know if there's anything that's really important on the updates. So one of the things that we want to cover today is the ability to go over a residential deal. And a residential deal is really pretty simple. Going back to the start of everything, there's really only two things that you need to have open initially, and that is your Thunderbird email client and your quick launch menu. So from here, if I go to the CRM, and I am going to start contacting customers. And so if I start the day out and I'm talking to this customer and I am going to be pitching residential, then it's a very simple process. Hi, my name is Matt Fox with the TruPowur and the State Energy Choice Program of Texas, because I'm calling in Texas. Good day to you. I don't like to ask, how are you? You don't see anywhere on there where it says, is this John? How are you doing? What's the weather like? Anything like that. If you just say good day to you, it usually prompts a response back of, well, good day to you too. With rates at an all-time low in your area, our company is offering customers an amazing proposal, and here it is. If you grab a copy of your electric bill and the rate on your bill is lower than what I have to offer, our company will give you $500 in restaurant cash. If any of our rates are better than what you currently are paying, I'd like for you to take advantage of it and save some money. But either way, you win. Grab a copy of your electric bill and I'll be happy to hold. Customer comes back on the line and they are not sure where to find the rate. And if that is an issue, you can always come right down here to this gold button where it says the national average electric rates. You can see up here, it's residential. And so if we're go down here to where it says Texas and I put in 12.56, then that's what I'm going to want to do. So first thing we need to do is launch the front of the platform. That's where we put all of the residential deals. That's on button number 4. But for this exercise, we're going to use the demo pricing platform. So go ahead and click that. And normally you would put in your sales code for the demo. You don't need to do so. None of the sales codes are active in the demo, so that way you can review everything in the back office. So we're going to go ahead and put in that customer zip code. It's going to recognize that their utility is Encore. That's not their supplier, that's their utility. And so once you hit get rates, I already know the national average, so I can go ahead and hit that. If I'm talking to the customer and they can tell me what the rate on their bill currently is, and we find out that it was actually 13.5, then we can re-enter that, hit requote, and it'll update the platform. As it stands here, if their rate happened to be lower than what we have to offer, then by all means, keep your promise and give them their $500 in restaurant cash. And I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But as it is right now, based on these numbers, it looks like we can provide a much better rate at 9.7, and looks like it's going to save this customer $60 to $65 a month. And I can protect that rate for the next 36 months. You don't hear me talking about contract rate terms and things like that. It's how it's delivered. I can protect that. How? Because it's a contract. They're going to get a copy. So I can protect that rate for the next 36 months. Customer says, that sounds great. What do I need to do? Well, perfect. If you look at your electric bill, now I know that the customer's name is John Smith, but I'm never going to address this customer from the lead. I am always going to not even address him by their name until I get to this part on the form and ask them to please give me the spelling as to how their name is spelled on the bill. Because I may have John Smith, but on the bill it might say Johnny. So we want to make sure that we've got it correct. And that way you never have to worry about name issues. We do need to put in the street address where the service is being rendered. So we're going to go ahead and copy and paste that in and verify the address, spelling and everything. Maybe there's a suite number, what have you, on that address. Going to enter in the phone number. If they don't have a landline, just put in the mobile number in both locations because it does require a number in both. In this case, we need to also enter that customer's email address. And we can select language. Now this is going to change up here where it says authorized user optional. And from state to state, this field may change. In Ohio, it'll say customer number. In Illinois, it may say account number. In Texas, it'll say authorized user. And so I just usually will put their name twice on there. And is this a house or an apartment? This is a house. We click next, and it's going to go to a verification, just a preview page to allow me to make sure that everything is good to go. So we're going to protect that rate for the next 36 months at 9.7. That is going to be through Pulse Power. Your utility is going to remain the same with Encore. And so they're going to continue to deliver the electricity as they always have, perform all of the emergency services. So in that regards, nothing else changes. So is this a new move in or is this a switch? This is going to be a switch. This is going to ask me, in this case, for their social security number to make sure that they are who they say they are. And so we want to be able to do that and put in their birthday. And check both of the terms of conditions and hit submit. Once you hit submit, this is going to go ahead and send a notification to the customer. And so it says, thank you, you've started the enrollment process. Here's your tracking number, what have you. This is where I like to let the customer know, looks like our system sent you a verification link. If you would open up your email and click that verification link for my records. Okay, so there is the, it's the demo enrollment. So it's not live. And so none of this is going to be real. The customer just needs to go down to where it says authorize and click that link, and that's going to go ahead and verify the order. Once they do that, then they will get a second email with a copy of their current contract. So this is on a demo side, so it's not really connected to the supplier, so it's not really going to do it, but it allows you to walk through the process so that you have a learning experience on how to enter in residential deals. And as you can see, it's very easy, very straightforward, not very complicated. The script is very simple in that, if your rate is lower, I'll give you something. If my rate is lower, I'll save you something. So what would you do if that customer's rate just happened to be a little lower than what you have to offer? Well, you want to keep your promise. Go over here to the quick launch menu, click on the customer appreciation link. And once that loads up here at the top, you'll see where it says select a theme, come down to the $500 in restaurant cash if that's what you offered them. Go ahead and put John's email in there. And hit go. And it is going to send John that email. So very simple. $500 in restaurant cash. They can redeem it right there. So residential is really, really simple. You should be able to take and spend an hour or two a day doing residential and start adding those residential deals within your platform. And so they are very simple. So if you don't have any residential customers, how do you go about getting them? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is to go to your back office. And in your back office under market updates, if you click on that, you will see market updates, and it's going to show you where the best rates are. So obviously, if I were looking for residential customers, I would want to be marketing in New York. So I come over here and I want to request some additional leads to be added to my CRM. Just click on that orange number 6 button, and it will pull up a page which will allow you to enter your information, name, your TruPowur email address, your extension, whatever that is. And if I were looking for New York, right there, and do I want residential or commercial? If I want residential, then I go ahead and then submit that. And usually within an hour or two, support will have those added to your CRM. So it is very, very simple. So, and you'll get a notification when that has transpired. Now, the residential side is really straightforward and very easy. And we're going to be updating a lot of the scripts. I actually worked on the audit script yesterday a little bit. And so to try and make this just a little bit easier when you're talking to commercial customers, because this is where you spend most of your time, and how that conversation should flow through. Hello, my name is Matt Fox. I'm with the Utility Audit Division, and it appears that your utility account is due for its 3-year audit and verification to ensure there are no errors under the capacity classification or tariff. Since you're a valued customer, we do want to correct any errors as soon as possible. Who is the person that is in charge of controlling the cost of the business? Or can you connect me with the person who is in charge of controlling of the cost of the business? Or whoever handles the electricity account, right? So once you have that person on the line, then you need to come back up to the top and explain what it is you're doing, who you are, and what you're doing, and then jump back down here for the purpose of the call. That you're calling in regards to the erroneous charges and billing discrepancies that may be listed within your firm's utility invoices. Are you the person in charge of that? You need to verify that. So, sometimes you get gatekeepers who will just say, well, they're not here or whatever. Well, can you give me his email address and I'll send it blind without him knowing? That's not going to get any traction. You need to speak with that person. And so it's important to make sure that they understand that when you are requesting for a utility audit, this is not about savings. Savings is moving forward. A refund is going backwards. So we're actually going to audit the bill and look at those line items, not only on the bill, but there is a plethora of line items that are actually not listed on the bill. And so there is no way possible for the customer to do a real true audit themselves. It's going to take about 30 to 60 days to complete that audit. And so it's rather in depth. So need to be prepared for that. But once you've got that utility bill and submitted it to the auditors, they'll go to work. Then you have the information you need in order to put that into the back of the pricing platform and open up potential opportunities in savings moving forward on their electric account at the supplier level. So it's really pretty straightforward and pretty simple. I want to appreciate everybody being here today, and I apologize for my raspy voice, but I do appreciate you spending time to learn new things on your Saturday. And so I will be in the office for a little bit more. So if you do have any questions, shoot me an email. That might be a little easier. And I'll try and respond to them as quickly as possible. So wish everybody a happy new year and a great weekend. So enjoy yourself. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So we'll see you charging the castle. Bye now.